Rec League podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Radio Public Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 30 coming soon. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram, or YouTube itself. What up, world? I just watched Knives Out. It stars Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Jamie Lee Curtis, Don Johnson, Christopher Plummer, Ana de Armas, Michael Shannon, Jaden Martell, Catherine Langford, Toni Collette, and Edie Patterson, Lakeith Stanfield, and Ricky Lindholm. It's directed by Rian Johnson, who directed Brick, Looper, Star Wars The Last Jedi, and probably one or two others I'm forgetting. If you want to get a shout out in my review of either Jumanji or Bombshell, stay tuned to the end of the video to figure out how you can do that. Or Richard Jewell. I stay forgetting about Richard Jewell. So you got this crazy wealthy family. Christopher Plummer is the patriarch, the main breadwinner, and he's always looked out for his family, set them up for success, bailed them out when they needed it. You know, he wasn't stingy with his wealth, with his finances. And after his birthday party, he seems to have committed suicide. And his kids are Michael Shannon and Jamie Lee Curtis, and Toni Collette, Don Johnson are within the family. Jaden Martell, Catherine Langford are grandkids, as well as Chris Evans. And Lakeith Stanfield is one of the cops, just getting statements and whatever. And Daniel Craig is like a private investigator that was hired to get down to what really happened, because it's possible that it wasn't suicide. I was looking forward to this. I think I had heard about it earlier in the year, just like Rian Johnson got a new movie coming out and all these dope actors are in it. So I was interested, and then once I saw the trailers, like I knew for sure I wanted to see this. Like there was no question about it. And I had a fun time watching this movie, because the way it's set up, like it's not easy to just pinpoint like, oh, somebody like this character definitely did it. It just, there's no possible way you can just assume that there was one character that did it. There's, because of flashbacks, you know what I mean? Because Christopher Plummer just can't be in there to be dead. Like he had to have some scenes, and those scenes were laying the groundwork to throw so many different possibilities at you. And like every character, like I want to say like my favorite characters in this movie were played by Daniel Craig and Chris Evans, but every character, every actor in this movie came with it. Every performance in this movie is good. Some characters, like I would say like Jaden Martell is Bill from It. He didn't get a lot to do, but every character, even if they don't have like a big scene stealing moment, has something to add to the story. And there's backstory. They touch on a couple political topics that are actually relevant within the characters. There are even things that, there are interactions between characters that go away for a long time and then come back later on, and it was cool how it was executed. And I'll be telling people at the same time, like, even if you don't know if you're gonna like a movie, you kind of just gotta trust the director. Looper is amazing. I haven't seen any of Rian Johnson's movies before Looper, and while I don't know if it's among Star Wars fans or the general consensus was that The Last Jedi was a letdown, It wasn't to me. I loved Star Wars The Last Jedi. So even if you're not sure if you want to see Knives Out, you kind of just got to like trust Rian Johnson, and he like the dialogue is interesting, the story is interesting, twists and turns, unexpected, you know what I mean, things happen. There's a lot of good humor in this movie. While I was hoping to be blown away to the point that I loved it, I didn't quite love it, but I really liked it. And if it's so you want to go watch something and you're not quite sure what to go see, man, like give Knives Out a chance. Um, I feel like there's other like areas of this movie that I want to compliment, and I just don't know. It was real like this whole family, like they're a bunch of shitbags. They're all spoiled, they're all entitled, they all demand, they all think they deserve everything that they want, and things that happen just it's just funny the way it all plays out. Cause and they're like a real family too. They're all kissing each other's ass, so hugging and kissing in person. And as soon as the doors closed, like the true colors, true thoughts and feelings come out to the light, man. So like that, it's relatable in that sense too, man. Um, but I think I've covered as much as I can without spoiling it, man. So, with all that being said, man, in my opinion, I will say that Knives Out is almost dope as fuck. Have you seen Knives Out? What you think about it, man? Positive, negative, somewhere in between. Let me know. If you want to get that shout out in my, I guess, Jumanji review, because nothing comes out next weekend I want to see. Jumanji, Bombshell, whatever. Within $2 million higher or lower, how much will Knives Out make over the 5-day Thanksgiving weekend, man? So from Wednesday to Sunday, be the first, be the closest. Get your guesses in by noon Central Time Sunday, and you get shouted. I've recently posted a review for The Irishman, for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, for 21 Bridges, Frozen 2, Charlie's Angels, Midway, um, Ford versus Ferrari, man. Check those out, man. Rec League Podcast, episode 30 is coming. We're going to talk to Martin Scorsese. I'm going to get some of my other homies in there for sports, music, of course, man. Brother Ali got an album just came out we got to talk about. So like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.